The undertaking of education. Humans are different and unique in every aspect, from their physical attributes to their mental capabilities to their learning styles. The process by which people learn is extraordinary because learning is the basis to our evolution and growth from an infant to elder, in my opinion. It is the method of learning that decides what a human has absorbed throughout their life. It is the method of learning that fabricates the very simple yet intricate uniqueness every human possesses. Learning styles can vary from how they are used or how they are combined with other styles. The visual, spatial learner is someone that prefers using pictures, images, spatial understanding to learn. The aural, auditory, or musical learner is somebody who prefers to learn through music. The verbal, linguistic learner is someone who prefers to learn through words or speech and writing. The physical, kinesthetic learner is someone who prefers using their body, hands, and sense of tough to learn. The logical, mathematical learner prefers to use logic, reasoning, and systems. The social, interpersonal learner prefers to learn in groups with other people, which I am an example of that. The solitary, intrapersonal learners prefers to work alone and use self-study to learn. It is possible for someone to only prefer one learning style or to be a mix of more than one learning style. A person might learn best in a group, social learner, while they used logic and reason, which is a logical learner, at the same time. It all depends on how a person has observed themselves as a learner in the past. And in this essay, I used Frederick Douglass and his son Sun Tzu, don't really know how to say his name, and then I also found an interesting article on EBSCO. And with Tzu, some interesting quotes I got out of that was, "A piece of wood as straight as a plumb line may be bent into a circle as true as any drawn with a compass, and even after the wood has dried, it will not straighten out again. The bending process has made it that way." And I got out of that, Tzu compares the process of bending a piece of wood to the process of educating a child. The bending process meaning the learning process or the educational process. And going on off of that, although alterations can be made to the wood, thus, if wood is pressed against a straightening board, it can be made straight again. If metal is put onto a grindstone, it can be sharpened. And if the gentleman studies widely and each day examines himself, his wisdom will become clear and his conduct will be without fault. So what it's saying is, as a child is educated, he will be made different, and you can be changed from that, but it's kind of hard to bend a wood back without breaking it. Um, and also something really interesting I got out of this was he said that babies all cry for the same tone for the same reasons, though when they age they learn different customs to where they cry for different reasons. But he's saying that we're all born in blank slates and we all will eventually learn different reasons why we do different things. Next, I used Frederick Douglass, and first, I actually did not understand Frederick Douglass's story, so this is pretty interesting. And I learned that his master's wife first taught him the alphabet, and she knew that it was illegal, but she thought it was right. But then later on, his master convinced his wife to discontinue it, so then she did stop. However, Douglass did learn the alphabet, and he went on to um, getting possession of books and slowly taught himself how to read even more and more. And once he started reading, he understood what slavery really was and wanted to spread what he's learned. But the only way to do that was to figure out how to write. And the only way he could do that was to learn from other people and kind of trick them. Like he tricked little boys to teach him how to write by him going up to a little boy and saying, um, I bet you don't know how to write this, and I'll write a couple letters, and they'll go, oh, I bet I can, and they'll write even more. So then he'll learn more just by tricking the little boys. So he used interpersonal learning there, and he also went to the dock and observed the letters like L, S, R, A on boards, and then um, learned how to write those letters through visual learning. So he kind of taught himself, but he still used two different types of learning styles. And then on EBSCO, I found this one study that was done at a college um, that it took a good amount of students, and um, it studied from all the different learning styles, and what came out of it was the visual ones would learn most by pictures, flowcharts, graphs, and underlying emphasizing using different colors. The auditory ones would like to attend to lectures, discuss with peers, and attend workshops. They would take advantage by using a voice recorder. The reading ones would prefer handouts, class notes, and textbooks. They would prefer to employ time in the library rather than having a discussion in class. The kinesthetic ones would like to attend workshops or assemblies. They would like to devote more time in simulation laboratories, and they would learn better by simulation or demonstrations. They would like a case presentation more than a theory class to augment the learning practices. Students can use approaches based on their preferences, so and so. So what it says is, out of the four, visual, kinesthetic, auditory, and reading, they all participated in the same activities outside of class, which is pretty interesting because it just shows that people are a little interconnected by their learning styles, which I did find interesting. And throughout my essay, I connected what I learned, which was laundry. Um, and as I learned laundry, I used, gotta find it, I used visual and social learning patterns to figure out how to do laundry. So I would first watch my mom make piles, watch my mom separate, and then I would do the same. And then I'd watch her load the washer, load it with fabric softener, and then I would do the same. And then if I have any questions, I would ask. So then I am visualizing, I'm observing what my mother does, and then I will do it. And then um, will use my social aspect, my interpersonal, to ask a question if I'd have one. Like for example, I didn't know what pods she throws in, so I asked her, "Where do you get your pods?" And she told me where I got them, and then I load them in the dryer. After I watch her do it, ask some questions. All the blocks go in here? Yes, they all go in there. So on. Do that, and then comes out, and then I learned how to fold after watching her. Um, and yeah, I use social and interpersonal learning styles, a mix of both.